All right, breaking just the last hour at the White House, the Inflation Reduction Act is now a law. President Biden just signed the landmark piece of legislation aimed at fighting climate change and lowering health care costs. This bill has a $740 billion price tag, but it's also expected to reduce the deficit. It spends on clean energy programs, and it plans to reduce the cost of prescription drugs for many Americans. To help with that, the law includes a 15% tax on major corporations. Now, this is a big legislative win for the Biden administration, and here's what the president had to say today.
Progress in this country is as big and complicated as ours clearly is not easy. It's never been easy. But with unwavering conviction, commitment, and patience, progress does come. Your dad was right. And when it does, like today, people's lives are made better, and the future becomes brighter, and a nation can be transformed. That's what's happening now.
Serena Marshall is here to explain what this huge bill, and we mean huge, will mean for us here in this area. Serena?
And Leslie, you said it a minute ago, it is a big legislative win for the president, especially his domestic agenda and his promise to tackle climate change with the largest investment ever. It uses tax credits and rebates for those who buy electric vehicles, install solar panels, or make other energy efficient upgrades to their homes. According to the nonpartisan researchers, by 2030, the bill will cut U.S. emissions to roughly 30 to 40% below 2005 levels. So what do those tax credits look like? Let's take a look. It extends and enhances the $7,500 credit for new electric and hybrid vehicles, a 30% tax credit for solar panels, wind energy, energy efficient windows, doors, even water heaters or other high efficiency appliances. Now let's get specific about the challenges facing the environment where we live here in the DMV. Let's look at this map. You may remember it from yesterday. A study from the First Street Foundation researchers found there's an estimate for nearly 24 Virginia counties and half a dozen Maryland counties to experience heat above 120 degrees by 2053 due to climate change. In Virginia, that could mean energy costs up nearly 16%. Marylanders could also see a jump by 16%. And then there's flooding. A 2019 report from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, showed high tide flooding events affecting the U.S. East and Gulf Coast coastlines at upwards of twice the national average. You can see some of those flood zones, those expected risks in the red zones here for this area. Now, Maryland is considered one of the most vulnerable regions to be impacted by climate change. Rising sea levels combined with sinking lands means researchers at the Chesapeake Bay Foundation estimate sea level along the Maryland coast will rise 16 inches to 4 feet in the next century. So will this bill do what's needed to keep global warming under that goal of 1.5 degrees Celsius needed to prevent irreversible damage? No, but it's getting us about 2/3 of the way to the goal of net zero. The administration's hoping it will snowball the move towards energy transition. Ahead at 6, we'll look at how the healthcare changes in the bill could impact you. Leslie?
Yeah, a lot to unpack out of that, Serena. We'll see you coming up at 6.